Hello, my name is Mr. Marr, the kindergarten teacher here at Fitzgerald, where most of the fun happens in this school. We're standing outside our classroom door, and I think the poster says it all. Love grows here. Come on in. As we come in, you'd see that the first thing we see is our religion area. We bring Christ into the school through our Catholic education that permeates through our whole program. This cross represents the first week of Lent. It's purple, which is the liturgical color. We always have fresh fruit available for the kids. Come on in further. As you can see as you come in, and children see when they come in, the room is filled with all kinds of interesting learning through play toys. But we begin our day here in what we call the rectangle. So the children sit here, socially distanced of course, with their chicken wings these days. But we greet the children here and we give them a chance to talk. We give them a chance to take turns. This is where our social and emotional learning happens here. So we begin here, we begin our day with prayer, and having a chance to have conversations with each other. A big part of the social emotional learning for this age group is learning through play, but learning how to get along with one another and taking turns. We also use our smartboard quite a bit, and we learn literacy and numeracy through videos on the smartboard. This particular one is one of our ABCs. And we do a sign language ABC. They're learning their letters, and also, especially for the boys, they have something to do with their hands. Children love it. We have all their names here for them to learn how to take a turn for when it's their turn. And also, they start to recognize how to spell their names. And it's really exciting to see them getting to know their names and their letters. So after our rectangle time, we go to learning centers. We have two different sets of centers. Before recess, we have specific learning centers, and after recess, it's more exploratory learning through play centers. Here's a literacy center where they're learning how to build words and recognize small words. Over here is one of our centers that we use for the non-structured learning. We have blocks. They think they're just playing and having fun, but they're learning their shapes and they're learning creative design. It's so interesting to see the different designs. These two buildings were made by 5-year-olds this morning, and they love to come up with different designs. And they're also using their fine motor alligator fingers. Over here is a literacy center where they're learning how to recognize their name and write their names. We practice this every day for pencil grasp and practicing their name. We also have fine motor skills for cutting. We start off just by cutting lines, first straight lines and waving lines, and we teach them how to properly hold scissors. Over here is an example of one of our numeracy centers, where they build numbers from 1 up to 10. They recognize the numbers and they learn how to build them. Number 1, 1 bear. Number 2, 2 bears. And they like the colors. Over here's another example of ABCs. They recognize the letter and they place the letter in. We often get them to trace the letter and say something that starts with it, like snake. Over here is another example of fine motor exercise by getting the rubber bands and using these geoboards, and we practice our shapes. And again, it's very good for that fine motor exercise. Over here is a light table where we practice letters and shapes. One of the center times is also free exploratory play. This is called the loft. Children love the loft. We have rules and guidelines for safety. We only allow 3 children at once to go up, and they take turns, and we have timers. Currently it's set up as a reading center. Sometimes they'll bring little dolls up there and read books to the babies. And below we have a kitchen center. They'd love to imagine that they're cooking in a restaurant, taking orders, answering phones. And that, in a nutshell, is our kindergarten class. I really look forward to you coming with your child and joining our Fitzgerald kindergarten community. Take care.